So today we have been pretty much sitting around the house. It's New Year's Day. We went and had a couple drinks and dinner with, or snacks with a friend, or some friends yesterday, and came back at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I played video games until 3 and slept and just been hanging out all day. But crazy thing, so today we realized that, speaking of what I was about to start talking about, there it is. So we realized that like we both make pretty decent money, and it doesn't really make sense that sometimes we're broke. And we realized that we waste an inordinate amount of money. We were looking at like we made a budget, and like everybody, I would recommend everyone does so, but we made a budget and figured out how much we spend for gas and food and everything, and turns out we have like over $1,000 a month that we're wasting. So we made a budget, and we are gonna hopefully do our absolute damnedest to stick to it and start putting away more money and saving, and being able to not have to worry about paycheck to paycheck or anything like that, because a lot of times we're doing just fine, and then sometimes we're like, oh crap, we shouldn't have bought that. So things like that. So now we have a budget figured out, and we're gonna hopefully stick to it and get it all situated. But it's pretty ridiculous. I think everybody should make a budget, just to at least, even if you're not gonna follow it, at least look at it and realize how much you make to how much you spend and what you spend it on. One of the months, it was, what was it, like October, we spent like $700 on going out to eat. Who the fuck does that? I don't even like food that much. We don't even spend half of that on our a whole month of groceries. And we spent $750 on going out to eat. That's ridiculous. I could have so many more tattoos if we didn't buy all that on going out to eat food. Just saying. We finally decided that we were gonna break down and put some stuff on our walls. And cool thing that Melissa actually picked up while we were in Michigan, in the family, I think it's called Dirty Santa, where you like get to steal a gift from somebody and then the next person picks or whatever. But there's some Michigan stuff. My heart belongs to the mitten, and that's the coordinates for Michigan. And then I got this a couple years ago on deployment. It's our family crests, and you can't really tell, but that's our anniversary, real small right there, the year we were married. And then my family history and her family history. And then we got some little, this is a painting that Melissa did a couple years ago of an anchor, and it says, be the anchor that keeps my feet on the ground, and I'll be the wings that keeps your heart in the clouds. And big picture. And then, last but not least, my American Marriage Ministries paper. That's my certification saying that I'm a minister and I'm allowed to marry people. So that's pretty cool. And I get to use that in a few weeks, actually. I got everything situated, and all we have now to do now is to buy the tickets to go to Florida for the wedding, and that's it. And we're hopefully going to be doing that this weekend. Now my dog is outside barking like an asshole. Probably barking at Denny because he lives down the street, and he's out in the backyard cleaning up poop like I'm supposed to be doing right now. But I cleaned the house, so maybe I'll leave the poop for Melissa. But I had a really short day at work, so I might have to do it anyways. Hello, King Bear. Say hello. Say hello to your fans. Say hello. Good boy. What? What? What do you want me to do? Back from Michigan, we drove. I don't know if you guys, for most of you guys might not know that, we drove from Nevada to Michigan, and then we drove back. On the way there, it was really smooth sailing. There was a little bit of wind, but it wasn't bad at all. On the way back, we hit some weather, and in Nebraska, the wind got real bad. And then in Wyoming, the snow got real bad. When we were in Nebraska, there wasn't a lot of snow falling, but there was a lot that was actually blowing across the roads and things like that. And then in Wyoming, it was a lot worse. But when we were driving, there's some clips where you can't, like, it's like whitewash. There's like, you can't see the trucks in front of us. We were driving real slow, and then we ended up stopping overnight in North Platte, which is where Amy's from. We stopped there because between there and Cheyenne, Wyoming, there was supposedly a whole sheet of ice. And then the next morning we woke up and there was all kinds of vehicles in the ditches I'm assuming because of the ice. So it's a really good thing that we stopped when we did, because we could have ended up being one of those vehicles in the ditch. But I ended up having to change a headlight on the car at 5:30 in the morning in a Walmart parking lot with the tools that I actually got for Christmas. It was 5 degrees out, and apparently my car, or her car is what we drove, doesn't have the same I'm used to, pop the hood, unscrew the thing, and right there's the headlight, and you change the bulb. That would have been a lot easier. What we had to do is I had to pull the fender, the inner wheel well out, pull it down, and reach inside of there and unsnap it from there. So that was kind of a pain in the ass. And it was really cold, and I couldn't fit my arm in there with a jacket on, so I had to roll my sleeve up. I couldn't wear gloves. It wouldn't have mattered anyways. I didn't have any gloves. We got back here. I ended up getting pulled over again. I'm sorry, I didn't even tell you about the first time. On the way out there, I got pulled over in Nebraska for speeding, and luckily the cop gave me just a fix-it ticket for having an expired insurance paper, which now I have an updated one. Apparently we got them in the mail and forgot to put them in the cars. But when I checked, I just made sure that there was a paper in there. Turns out the paper was expired. Also, so I went and I was on my way to get that fixed. I had to get it signed saying that I fixed those things from any police officer. And when I did it, I was on my way to the police station, the county sheriff's department, and I was on my way to Churchill County Sheriff. And on the way there, I got pulled over by Fallon PD for having illegal window tint, and I actually got a ticket, even though I have out-of-state tags. And I think it was about 3 hours later, the officer that actually gave me the ticket called and said that she was going to void the ticket because I have out-of-state tags, and you cannot give somebody you can't enforce another state's laws. And the federal government doesn't require me to change my state of residency. So, in other words, it's a loophole for me to keep my window tint as dark as I want it to be. So, I'm excited. Didn't cost me any money. It was a $185 ticket too, but luckily I got that taken care of quickly. So now we are going to try and make sure that we do a lot more stuff that involves the camera, so that you guys can go with us and you guys can see what we're doing. So that's it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Give us a thumbs up if you liked what you saw, and comment below if there's anything else you'd like to see. So until next time, see you guys.